Hi there crafty pals, Louise with you. Thank you so much for popping by my channel and checking out this video. I am coming at you thick and fast with the Vicki Boutin inspiration. I really just cannot stop using this collection. It is hot on my desk and I just want to keep using it now that I've started. So I hope that this little foray into, don't hoard the pretties, I hope that that has helped you in terms of getting your creativity moving and really just not letting it stagnate. So hopefully this is something that you can enjoy, and if you are here and following along with this little mini series, I really thank you for checking them out. So I at the moment cannot stop making these clusters. Honestly, like there is just so many fantastic little pieces. There's all these cardboard pieces. There's some that you can cut out from the papers. We've got frames, we've got florals, we've got titles, we've got floral Emporium inspired pieces like bikes and flower shop. I just love this collection, and you can see that it really takes very little time in terms of creating this layout because it's so simple. Everything I audition, everything I put onto the page, it just seems to fit, and it makes the creative process actually enjoyable. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to worry about something that doesn't coordinate. It's simply just picking up a piece and getting it onto a creation. Now this some of you may have seen I took up golf a little while ago. It is something that my family plays, and I thought, how hard can it be? Famous last words. Anybody who's played golf will know that it is actually really hard. But essentially, this was a very early golf picture of me, and I had never scrapped it. And I felt like it lent itself really well to this collection. It was the right shape. It sort of had that nature-inspired element, and I just love how easy it is to put this together. So I am, while I'm creating with this, trying to challenge myself to give you a little bit more inspiration in these videos, whether it be a little cheeky technique, something that you can try or do. But essentially, I'm also trying to kill this collection, and I'm interested to see how many layouts I can actually get out of this. I find killing a collection is quite a challenge because I kind of want to keep some of a collection in case it suits a photo that I may have down the track. But at the same time, like I've said in previous videos, in order to not feel guilty, not feel guilty when I'm creating or buying or adding to cart new collections down the track. Because let's face it, somebody is going to release something that is going to capture my attention, and really I'm going to want to or have to have it. And that's what this is about. It's about making sure that I'm creating with what I have access to currently. I do think that these coordinating papers are fantastic too. Sometimes it's hard to choose which side would actually suit the layout. And so I decide that I'm going to go with the darker sort of craft color. And this honestly, it came together so easy. You see these layouts in sped up time. I speed my layouts up by about 3 times. So what actually took me about probably 30 minutes in real life. You'll see some of it gets edited out. Sometimes I will audition pieces off camera. Sometimes I'll think about mixed media off camera. So overall, the layout itself may take me, 25 to 30 minutes, and you get to see the condensed version down to sort of that 8 minutes, or sometimes even shorter depending on how technical I'm getting. But for me to sit and just create a whole layout like what I've done here in that sort of 30-minute period is really quite unusual. Oftentimes things will have to be left to sit because I've either been interrupted by real life instead of scrappy life, or the mojo starts to go missing. And sometimes I do have to think about what's going to go where and how I want to finish a layout. When my twins were first born, I was able to scrap by just sneaking in for 5 or 10 minute periods at a time. And it was almost like it kind of trained me to only apply myself for those short periods of time. And so sitting down and scrapbooking for hours and hours can be a little bit overwhelming for me. I often also feel like maybe I repeat the same process for you guys. This clustering thing, I feel like it might look a bit repetitive on these videos that I'm sharing, but I do try and put something, or at least show you a way to use something differently to my last videos. So in this case, it was a little bit of the feature of the rub-ons, because they had been sitting on the desk with this collection and I hadn't actually used them. I saw some of the Vicki Boutin design team who is sharing just the most fantastic inspiration. They're all sharing lots of fantastic pages with rub-ons and backgrounds and mixed media things and lots going on. But yeah, essentially, I try to put something a bit different in each video and give you some fun techniques and a few bits and pieces that you can use and enjoy. So once I am happy with the rub-ons, I still felt like something was missing, and I had to, again, have a bit of a think about it. But coming back to the layout, oftentimes I will just pause the video and I'll think a little bit about, what are other people doing on their pages? So I might take a little technique or something I've seen around the ridges, and in this case I've seen a lot of splatters lately, and not just a few splatters here and there, but like lots of splatters. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out my little palette, which is just reactivated shimmer dusts from Color Blast, and I'm going to use this little fan brush, and I'm going to use, I believe, the colour was navy and velvet, and then I also wanted a little bit of gold, but I didn't want to use the brush, so I'm just going to pull my pipette out. I wanted to use that same fan brush, so I'm going to just pop a bit there and fan some gold into that as well. Now I actually like to do these when both are still a little bit wet, because you can get some fun pardon me, you can get some fun little blendings of colours, which is kind of cool. But once I am happy with these colours, sometimes I have to mix them a little bit, depends on what I sort of want to go into that background. But I really wanted my splatters to be lots and lots of splatters in those 3 areas of interest: top, middle and bottom, and to be able to come back later and mount the rest of the layout and put it all together. All right, getting close to being finished. I did position this incorrectly. You can see I covered that butterfly up, so I do have to come back later and just fix that a little bit. Luckily, the glue was still a little bit damp, but essentially a super simple layout, which I love, and I thank you for watching.